It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next, it's Bo Nix. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Broncos and the Raiders, and it's all up next.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500. That's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
They get 21 on that one. Good for a Raider first down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. That's the linebacker, Kazir White.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the fourth quarter, if this thing's within one score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
Remember what this defense told us in our meetings this week, Mike. They don't think that they're necessarily going to be able to just stifle this offense play after play. They might have to give a little bit of bend, but they can't break. That sack, that is the defense not breaking. Down there near your own goal line, come away with the big play and see if they can keep points off the board.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. What can they do here? This is third and forever. Throwing is Nix. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time? And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense and Elijah Mitchell getting ready for their next possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll be second down. On second down, a run with Mitchell. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle. What can they do here on third down and 7? Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Broncos offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution. And
oh, he pumps up the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for Adams.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And a good run there on second down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up third and 3. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end, Jones. They'll run with the former Golden Domer, Audric Estime. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
He finds his tight end, Dulcich. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment defense. Automatic 1st down.
So, a pair of 1st downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. He's got it to the tight end, Dulcich. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it. Well, Raiders offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the Raiders. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the 1st quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the 2nd?
second down. Nix. He keeps it himself. A gain there of 23 yards. First down, Broncos. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Fighting off defenders here, he'll churn forward and pick up 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's a run going left. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw is Nix. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They send Sutton in motion. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Tyler Boyd was the intended target for that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not going to get there. Coming up a couple of yards short. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He gets that complete to his tight end man. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The relationship between pass coverage and the rush unit, that's what every defensive coordinator is striving for, and this is a great example why, Mike. They clog up all the throwing lanes, nowhere to go with the ball, and it allows that defensive front to get home.
Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Try to set up the screen to Mitchell. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. On comes the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Nix. He's going to tuck it and go.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this 3rd down a lot more manageable.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he will score. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. His 6th touchdown now for the season. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The extra point is good. The Broncos are out to a 10-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this lap.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you...
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
This one, returnable. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Nix gonna give this to Estime. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Here's Nix to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing, Nix. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. To the outside, hauled in by Sutton. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Kaiser White. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The home team's offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So the Broncos will turn things over to the field goal unit. This will be a 38-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get forward for a couple. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. So we come to halftime here in Denver.